The Boston Celtics are rolling right now on a 7-game win streak at possibly the most important time for them heading into the playoffs. But there have been some lingering injury issues around the starting five. So if you guys want the entire Boston Celtics roster to be healthy heading into the playoffs in a few short weeks, go on ahead, send them some well wishes, and hit this like button. We are officially in single digits remaining in the regular season. 9 games left. And it looks like Boston's playing some of their best basketball at the exact right time. However, we are still in second place behind the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference, which may end up working out for the Boston Celtics in their favor because on the road, they're dominating. As we just saw, they took down the number 10 seed in the Western Conference, the Phoenix Suns. But while they keep winning, there is still a big fat question mark over a lot of superstars' injury status. So we're going to break that down here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. More importantly, we're going to talk about the Jays, the duo, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Over the last 2 weeks, they both have suffered pretty scary injuries, but I want to see how they're doing with the last 9 regular season games remaining. Jaylen Brown been dealing with a knee injury. And then, of course, Jayson Tatum did sprain his ankle against the Sacramento Kings. Let's start with Jaylen Brown. He's had more of an injury that's been longer going on than Jayson Tatum's recent one. But overall, Jaylen Brown looks great. He has only played 2 games since returning from that original diagnosis of that knee impingement. He missed 3 straight games. But what he did last night against the Phoenix Suns is showing me that even if he does not feel 100%, he looks like he's 100%. 24 points in 28 minutes, 5 boards, 3 assists, 7 for 15 from the field, and 4 for 9 from the three-point line, which is actually pretty impressive because Brown doesn't even take 9 three-pointers a game. Very rarely does he take those amount of shots. He's actually been more of a post guy around the paint, a mid-range, rather than a guy from downtown. But Jaylen Brown is doing all of this, recovering from a knee injury, and he's also fasting 14 hours a day for Ramadan. So his body is going through a lot right now. And I'm sure that there definitely are some down days, and maybe he doesn't feel 100% on the dot, but the effort that he has been giving is giving us, Boston Celtics fans, hope that even if maybe down the road in the playoffs, he's not 100% with that knee injury, he's still going to be able to play. He's still going to be able to play and produce those kind of numbers even when Jayson Tatum is not playing. And my overall synopsis here is that Jaylen Brown is a dog. He is one tough dude to be fasting, trying to get back from a knee injury, trying to produce, help his team win when their lead guy, Jayson Tatum, is on the bench. But Brown also recently gave a little discussion about how he's feeling, and he did actually confirm that. He's not 100%. But he's battling an injury, just mentally, making sure your confidence and your body is still aligned with the game and, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. I'm still working my way back. I'm just building it all up. I've been on a minutes restriction, but still just making the right steps. My body still doesn't feel 100%, but today was a good step in the right direction. And what we saw against the Phoenix Suns, I don't know if you guys can see that low in the paint. JB, nice crossover, and then a hellacious slam dunk. I mean, it looks like his knee is feeling good, and he's not even at 100% yet, which should give you a lot of hope moving into the playoffs that he may still be lingering with this injury, but Brown can still play, and that is the number one thing. And I like that Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics are keeping him on a minutes restricted because there is no reason to be playing him 42 minutes a night when you're playing the Phoenix Suns in the 10th seed in the Western Conference. And it's also something new for JB that he's had to try and rehab and work through. He's never really had a knee injury like this in his career, which speaks volumes because he's about 28 years old. And he has dealt with a couple of other things, a hip flexor earlier this year, but the knee injury is definitely that's something new. So that's a whole new rehab process on top of fasting for Ramadan, on top of helping out his team to possibly win the last 9 games of the season. Jaylen Brown is showing us that even if you're not 110% ready to go, he can still produce at one of the highest levels in the NBA. So please show your respect for Jaylen Brown. Like this video for me if you guys haven't already. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, and how you guys do that is hitting that thumbs up button for me. We're going to talk about Jayson Tatum in just 1 second, but first, I do want to tell you guys about our sponsor on today's show, and that is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I play PrizePicks every single game day, and I want you guys to join me. All you have to do is just download the PrizePicks app and use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. And when you get there, to create a lineup, all you have to do is just pick more or less on a few player stats for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. On PrizePicks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much more. It is officially opening day and baseball season is here. So I made my season-long projections for Paul Skeens to have more than 215.5 pitcher strikeouts and to have Aaron Judge to have less than 49.5 season-long home runs. If you guys want to go on ahead and make your picks, just download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comment section under the pinned comment. Click it. It'll take you right there. PrizePicks. Run your game. As you guys know, Jayson Tatum did sit out the game after he tore up his ankle against the Sacramento Kings. He did not play against the Phoenix Suns. But I did put out a video talking about how he really did dodge a major injury, especially with his ankle injury history that we have seen over the last couple of years. But Tatum did have a couple of videos go viral on Twitter before he was officially ruled out against the Suns. He was putting in work. And the #1 conclusion here is that Jayson Tatum doesn't rest, which is exhausting. For the love, can you just sit down and stop giving me anxiety? But he's a dog. He wants to push. He wants to play. He's got that Joe Mazzulla in him. He was seen putting up shots in Phoenix like 2 days after his freaking ankle injury. I mean, my goodness. Tatum, put your butt on the bench. Please do not make it any worse ahead of the playoffs. Although he did say that he's all right. It's just a little bit sore. But still, I mean, he just gives me anxiety watching him just completely go 110% the entire time when you know he wants to rest, when you know he needs to rest. So overall, I'm really glad that he sat out against Phoenix. I was praying that Joe Mazzulla wasn't going to be his normal stubborn self and still make Jayson Tatum play, or Jayson Tatum wanted to be stubborn and still play. Because I feel like with the two of them, somebody's got to be the voice of reason saying, no, put your butt on the bench, dress in street clothes. We don't need you for this game. Please just get healthy. And he is getting healthy. Thankfully, he was completely ruled out. He did not play. And then Jayson Tatum actually went on the podcast with Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce, which was a duo, a trio I never knew that I needed. He said, I'm feeling good, man. It's a few benefits to being 27. You recover a little bit faster, so I'll be all right. And that does make sense. You know, he doesn't have to sit out the next 5 games because he's not 38-year-old Al Horford. He's 27 years old. He's in the prime of his career. And it was an ankle injury that I do think he escaped a very major rolled ankle or broken ankle, something like that, or possibly even the worst case scenario, an Achilles tendon. He said he's feeling good. Tatum says that he's recovering well. So I don't know how many more games Jayson Tatum will sit out, but knowing we have 9 games left, I would like to maybe not see him play the last 3 games or 2 games of the regular season. Do you want Jayson Tatum to be back soon? Go on ahead, like this video for me if you guys haven't already, to show him some love. And if you miss watching Jayson Tatum highlights, then you guys know what to do. And just to really wrap up this injury video, because we know it's not just the Jays, it's also KP, Drew Holiday. Other Boston Celtics players are starting to feel a lot better too, which is the perfect time with 9 games left to go before the playoffs. And the number one person I'm looking at is Kristaps Porzingis, because we did have to go through several playoff rounds without KP last year because of his injury. But now he's been dealing with an illness. Well, last night he did give Noah Dalzo an update as to how he's feeling, and he said, look, I felt pretty good. Last game, again, I had a little bit of a low, just didn't have my legs, didn't have my lungs because he's been dealing with bronchitis. But tonight, I felt really, really good before the game. I already knew that I was going to be a good night. Kristaps Porzingis was the game-high 33 points. He went absolutely nutty. And that is why I trust Kristaps Porzingis saying that last night he felt great. And dealing with bronchitis, I'm sure that there are going to be setbacks, just like against the Sacramento Kings. He said he felt a bit low, didn't really have his lungs. It's still going to be a battle for KP, but I like that he's saying I felt pretty good. I mean, he's making progress every single game. And now this isn't really an injury update, but I'm going to twist it into one. Drew Holiday has a mallet finger. A broken finger, and the man just threw up his first dunk of the season against the Phoenix Suns. If anything, I don't have an official injury report on Drew Holiday, but that is telling me that his finger is feeling pretty okay. If you can wrap it around the rim at full force and dunk it and score 2 points, then I think Drew Holiday is feeling really good. His defense has still been there. His offense is starting to get a little bit more consistent. So hopefully Drew Holiday does give us an official statement, but I think a dunk is a really good sign that he's doing all right. Go on ahead and hit that sub button for me if you guys haven't already. This is the most exciting time in NBA season, so be sure you guys are in the know. All you have to do is just hit that sub button for me.